So, I forget if this was yesterday or 2 days ago, but recently Ron DeSantis was in the news, governor of Florida, for pulling a $12 million prank. And a lot of people are wondering, oh, the liberals, now they have to deal with the immigrants, right? Well, let's see how these liberals, the people in Martha's Vineyard that dealt with the immigrant situation, have, there's this statement that they had. I'm going to play probably the whole thing. It's got some extra details on the treatment of the migrants, what information they were told. To me, it seems like we could probably attach kidnapping charges against Ron DeSantis. Once again, you know, like similarly to if someone pulls over and says, hey, you want to get in my van? I have candy. Don't get in the van. They don't have candy. Right, but at the same time, these migrants were told, get on my plane. We're going to give you a place to stay. We're going to give you, help getting in the country. We're going to solve all your problems. They were lied to. They were taken advantage of. So it appears that, you know, if I were in charge of the DOJ, I'd charge Ron DeSantis with kidnapping. But either way, let's listen to this statement here.
Last night make it clear that they were lied to again and again and fraudulently induced to board.
Right, the video is fucked up. Oh, God.
To again and again.
That wasn't me. That was the video embed.
To board the planes. They were told there was a surprise present for them and that there would be jobs and housing awaiting for them when they arrived. This was obviously a sadistic lie. Not only did those responsible for this stunt know that there was no housing and no employment awaiting the migrants, they also very intentionally chose not to call ahead to any single office authority on Martha's Vineyard so that even the most basic human needs arrangements could be made. Ensuring that no help awaited the migrants at all was the entire point.
Real quick, once again, right, they take people that are immigrating to the country in a legal fashion. This is a legal immigration story, right? Then they cry about open borders. But wait, what? If they're doing the legal immigration process, what, open borders? Those are two different things, but they're just, So, and then they lie to them. We're going to solve all your problems. We're going to get you right straightened away. You're going to get into this country. You're going to have a job lined up. People are like, oh, fuck, that's great news. $12 million later, they arrive in Martha's Vineyard very confused.
Provided with a cartoonishly simple map of Martha's Vineyard and the United States and a brief brochure containing snippets from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts website and instructions to change their address with USCIS when they relocated. This is especially troubling as anyone with even the most basic understanding of the immigration proceedings knows that USCIS was not the agency with whom the migrants would have to record their addresses and has nothing to do with their cases in any way. It is clear that this was an intentional attempt to ensure that these migrants were removed in absentia when they failed to change their address with the proper agency. This was a purposeful derailment designed.
So once again, it's going to get worse, by the way. So they lied to them in every way, shape, and form. But that's not only what they did. They also told them in order to make progress with their immigration, forms and stuff, to go to the opposite, as in a entire different organization. Send your paperwork somewhere else so that it will get lost in the mail, and then boom. Now, I don't know. Sounds to me like there's many laws being broken here. Of course, rich people will never be held accountable. No one will go to jail for this, of course, because we don't live in a country of law. We live in a country of anarchy for the rich. You just have to have a certain kind of money, maybe a couple $1 million threshold, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want in this country. Maybe find elected office somewhere. Boom. Infinite badge to do whatever you want.
Designed to prevent people from complying with federal immigration policies. This is problematic because the state should not be interfering with federal immigration policy. Before they boarded the planes, the migrants were processed by agents of the Department of Homeland Security, who listed falsified addresses on the migrants' paperwork. Agents apparently chose random homeless shelters all across the country, from Washington to Florida, to list the migrants' mailing addresses, even when told by the migrants that they had no address in the U.S. According to the paperwork provided to them, the migrants are required to check in with ICE office nearest to the fake address chosen for them by DHS or be permanently removed from the United States, with some required to check in as early as this coming Monday. It could not be clearer that this is...
It gets worse and worse and worse, this whole scenario. So imagine you go to Massachusetts on a $12 million plane ride to hell, right? And some stupid jackass that works for the government is like, I think you live in Washington. No, the other Washington, no, yeah. So they get dropped off in Massachusetts. Now, again, I'm not sure many people are familiar with the geography of this country. Washington is on the opposite side of the country compared to Massachusetts. You'd have to cross about 3,000 miles to get from Massachusetts to Washington. And you got 3 days, no money, no transport. Maybe we'll buy you a pair of sneakers. Get running, Jack.
Is an attempt to ensure that these people are ordered removed, even as they try...
Look at this fucking guy over here. This guy is struggling. Oh, my arm is so tired. Look, that guy is having a hard day. So everyone, moment of silence for this fucking guy here. Holy shit. Solidarity with this guy.
Hard as they can to comply with the instructions provided to them. There is no other reason to list as someone's mailing address a homeless shelter in Tacoma, Washington, when they ship him to Massachusetts. It is sickeningly cruel, throwing obstacles in the way of people fleeing violence and oppression, some of whom walked through 10 countries in the hopes of finding safety. It is shameful and inhuman. Many of these victims were deprived of medical care despite clear existing injuries. These are human beings who were deprived of basic human rights. To the people who find themselves, these wonderful people who find themselves plane wrecked on our island, I have a message for all of them. You are not alone. We have your backs. We are proud to be here for you. And we've got you. If the intention of those who perpetrated this horrendous act was to create a crisis, you have failed. Their demeanor is kind, their demeanor is grateful, and their demeanor is just that they want to be doing...
So, anyway, that's the basic brief here. Not only did Ron DeSantis spend $12 million on this publicity stunt, hopefully ruining people's lives, he probably violated... Again, it sounds to me like that's kidnapping. Like when you say, hey, kid, get in the van. We're going to go see your mama. I got candy in here. And then you take them fucking across the country. That's fucking kidnapping. I don't know, man. Like, it's very clear that they lied to them and coerced them via literally just making shit up to go on that plane ride. But again, is anyone going to face charges for this? Of course not. Because there's never accountability for the rich or the powerful. They can violate whatever law they want. People will forget in a couple days, so no one cares. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. But, I don't know, that's America for you. We live in a really stupid fucking country. Like, I know Ron DeSantis is like, oh, we're gonna send him to Martha's Vineyard because Barack Obama lives there. Right? But, like, they just also sent them to, like, a bunch of really rich, like, high-profile lawyers that really care about this issue. Right? And they're also rich, so they're probably gonna fund, getting these people where they need to go, and then use those cases in court, and make their careers out of this. So, I don't know. Seems to me like it's a little bit of a bizarre scenario. A $12 million cock-up sounds like that to me, but there you go.